everyone, Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA on Thursday, February 10th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 4 picks that I think are great value bets for the Thursday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 2,500 subscribers here by the end of the week. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers as well. So once we hit 3,000, we will do a parlay giveaway and also give away a few more t-shirts as well. Had a lot of fun doing that a couple weeks ago. That might have been last week. I think it was either last week or a couple weeks ago. Be sure to check out our community Discord page as well, guys. I'll have a link down in the comment section and in the description where you can check that out. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. Also, be sure to put your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. And we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So you'll see this beautiful list here running down the side of me of all our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the description and in the comment section where you can check that out. It's really just a great way to support the stream, guys, and to support what we do here at the channel. You get a few perks with that. There's also an added perk in there that's not listed in there. You also get a roll color in the Discord as well, so it's not listed when that pops up. So check that out. Okay, now for our results from the previous episode. So for our comment cappers, we had got to get the bag calling the Portland Trail Blazers team total under 107.5 points. Was able to cash that. We also had Elias Liljug calling the Zach LaVine over 24.5 points. Was able to cash that as well. So great call out there from our comment cappers. As far as our stream results, we went 2-1. Pretty solid day overall for us. Another winning day at the channel. It's our 4th straight winning day. We are 30-14 in our last 44 NBA picks, 10-3 in our last 13. So things going pretty solid in that department. We were able to cash the Miles Bridges over 3.5 assists, and we were also able to cash the Kelton Johnson over 22.5 PRAs. And we missed on the over there in the Warriors-Jazz game, which was really sad because that line, I put it out at 220.5. It moved up throughout the day to 227.5. You almost could have cashed that out and could have made 15 to 20% on your money. Actually, by the time it was all set and done, that's about what I could have made if I cashed out. But I wrote it, and it was sad because the Warriors just laid a ton of bricks last night. But what can you do? We are going to get after it today, guys. We're going to get this 4-0. So let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we are going with Steven Adams over 9.5 rebounds here for the Memphis Grizzlies at -110 odds. So Adams is 10-5 in his last 15 games of this line. He's 4-1 in his last 5 games of this line, so we love that. He's 3 out of 3 versus the Detroit Pistons in his last 3 games with rebound logs of 14, 15, and 12. So cashing easily in the last 3 games there versus the Pistons. He had 14 rebounds in just 22 minutes versus the Pistons last game. So we love that. Obviously very solid there for Adams. Pistons on the season, we know they lay a lot of bricks. They allow the 6th most rebounds to centers. They allow the 3rd most rebounds overall. So we love that. Adams here recently over his last 15 games is averaging 17.2 rebound chances per game. Very solid there for Steven Adams. I expect him to cash this line with ease, honestly. I expect him to get in that 11 to 13 category. So I love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick. Steven Adams over 9.5 rebounds here for the Memphis Grizzlies at -110 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're rolling with the New Orleans Pelicans plus 4.5 spread here versus the Miami Heat at -110 odds. So this is going to be the debut of CJ McCollum. Absolutely love it. I think he's going to add a lot to this team and make them a lot better as far as offensively. And the Pelicans already pretty solid here, even without him, but adding him, I think, is just going to add an extra layer here to this Pelicans team that they desperately need. Pelicans 14-10-1 against the spread at home this season. They're 6th best in points covered by against the spread. So it's very solid there for the Pelicans, a very solid home team against the spread. Miami Heat are also a solid road team. They're 18-13 on the road against the spread. They are 8th in spread points covered by on the road. Now the Pelicans are 3-2 straight up in the last 5 meetings here with the Heat at home, and no loss there of those 2 losses was by no more than 10 points. So very solid here. No, there hasn't been any blowouts here. At least in favor of the Heat, so we like to see that, obviously. And we're getting plus points here on the Pelicans at home, which honestly I do love that in this matchup. Injury situations are comparable. Nothing crazy on either side. We're gonna have all the stars out here for both sides. So I'm expecting the Pelicans, honestly, with Ingram, Valanciunas, and now McCollum to really play well. I like Devontae Graham too at the point guard position there for the Pels. So. Yeah, I'm really starting to like this Pelicans team. I think they can make a late season run. They're 22-32 on the year, but I really think they can make a run here in the second half, maybe get into the playoffs. We'll see. But now the Pelicans are actually 5th best in defensive rating in the last 10 games. The Heat are 4th best. Pelicans are 16th best in offensive rating in the last 10 games. The Heat are 15th best. So these teams are actually pretty close as far as statistically speaking here recently. And the Pelicans here have won the last 4 games in a row. The Heat have won the last 3 in a row. So right now these teams are actually very close in just about every department. So definitely we'll take the plus points here on the home team, especially with the addition of CJ McCollum as well. So love it there for our number 2 pick. New Orleans Pelicans plus 4.5 spread here versus the Miami Heat at minus 110 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we are rolling with the Toronto Raptors, minus 7 spread here versus the Houston Rockets at minus 110 odds. So guys, I've talked about it a lot this season. You need to fade the Rockets at home this year. We've been doing that, and we've been doing that with success. The Rockets have lost 12 of the last 13 games at home. They've lost these games by an average of 15.7 points per game. They've been an absolutely atrocious home team. I'm not looking for that to change here versus a Raptors team that's actually very good on the road. Raptors are 15-9-1 against the spread on the road. Rockets are 8-17 at home against the spread. Now the Raptors are playing a back-to-back. Seems like you'd be a little concerned about that. Not me. Raptors are actually very good on back-to-backs. They are 8-2 this season against the spread on 0 days rest. Very good, obviously. They play very well on back-to-backs. They played in OKC last night, winning big. And I expect the same to continue here versus a bad Rockets team. Rockets are 30th in the NBA in defensive efficiency and 27th in offensive efficiency. So they're pretty bad on really both sides of the basketball as far as that goes. Raptors are 12th in both categories. Raptors are 12th in defensive efficiency and 12th in offensive efficiency. So very solid. Raptors have gotten healthy here recently, getting pretty much everyone back in the lineup there with Anunoby, Siakam, Trent Jr., Van Vliet. And obviously Scotty Barnes there as well. So, Raptors really looking good as far as that goes. Their lineup has looked really good. They've been playing very solid here lately. And like I said, they play very good on 0 days rest. It's kind of weird. They're 8-2. That's very significant. That's number 1 in the NBA. So very significant. Now, the only thing you wouldn't like is if you looked into the history of these two teams, the Raptors are actually 1-4 straight up versus the Rockets in the last 5 games. Now, obviously things have changed a bit. As far as the structure of these two teams. But right now, the Rockets just have been so bad, I'm not as worried about the history. I think at some point, we see a Raptors team really on the come up, really playing well. We see a Rockets team that just about every night is getting blown off the floor. So I don't see how they stay with the Raptors here, even despite some of that history. I don't love to see that, but like I said, that's the only thing that didn't check the box, and there was a lot of boxes we checked here. So I love it there for our number 3 pick. Toronto Raptors minus 7 spread here versus the Houston Rockets at minus 110 odds. Okay, and finally at number 4, we are rolling with Drew Holiday over 29.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks at minus 104 odds. So Holiday is 13-7 in his last 20 games to this line. He's 6-2 in his last 8 games on the road to this line. He's averaging 2.5 more PRAs on the road as well at 30.5 on the season, averaging PRAs on the road. So we love to see that. Solid matchup here with the Suns. I mean, not the best in the sense that the Suns play great defense, but the Suns do allow the 7th most points to point guards on the year. Very solid. Holiday is 6 out of 6 in his last 6 games versus the Phoenix Suns to this line. He's 3 out of 4 in his last 4 games versus Chris Paul to this line as well. So very solid. We want to make sure we check all our boxes here and know who we're going to be playing against here on the floor. Holiday is a physical point guard, right? He likes to get down in the post, and I think that's where he can take advantage of Chris Paul a little bit because he does have a size advantage. And in this game, I think we're just going to have a lot of opportunities to get points and assists. This over-under is set to 232.5. The lowest total in the last 4 meetings between these two teams has been 237 as far as during the regular season. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities, obviously, there for points. Should at least see this game at least at the minimal in the 220s. But I actually see this game going over. I know this over-under is high. I wouldn't bet it, but I could see this over hitting, honestly. These two teams are both top 10 in pace and both pretty healthy coming in. The Bucks are 9th in pace. The Suns are 10th in pace. So very solid there. We'll see a lot of possessions, and both these teams can obviously get it done offensively. Obviously with Middleton, Giannis, Drew Holiday, and then on the Suns side you got Chris Paul, Booker, Ayton. So there'll be a lot of offense in this game, guys, and Holiday will have a lot of opportunities. And like I said, he's been really solid to this line here recently, particularly on the road. That's why I really love this as well. On the road, he's been very good against the Suns, and he's had solid success versus Chris Paul as well. If you look back at his finals logs as well, he was very good during the NBA Finals as well. You can't really take finals into account, though, because you play more minutes. Things are different during the finals. The dynamics change quite a bit, so you can't really consider the finals in that. But I do love it there, guys. For number 4 pick, Drew Holiday, over 29.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks at minus 104 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, guys. Your guys' support at the channel has been absolutely awesome. I just want to say I really do appreciate all of you. If you're interested in checking out our Straight Fire MVP program, there is a join button down below and also a link in the comments and the description. It's a great way to support the stream, and I really do appreciate it. So be sure to check that out. Other than that, guys, that is going to do it for me. We've been on a heater here at the channel. We've been at 30-14 in our last 44 NBA picks. So let's keep that going today, guys. I'd love to sweep the board and get this 4-0 today. You notice we had a couple extra spread picks here today. They just really stuck out here on the schedule as far as trends and everything. So really love the spreads as well today. I love all the picks obviously today, but I hope we get this 4-0 sweep. Let's keep it rolling. Let's stay hot. Let's stay hungry. But let's stay humble, too. Because, the bad days can always creep up on us as well. So let's stay humble. Make sure you manage your bankroll well. And just do all practice all those good habits. So other than that, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And we will catch you back here next time for an NBA episode. Until then, peace out.